The story begins with the recording of the TV show, where a renowned television anchor, Haroon Malik, twists and distorts an old statement by Lady Police Officer Khushbakht and raises questions about her performance. Khushbakht expresses intense anger over this and calls it a highly unprofessional act. Immediately afterward, Haroon Malik is attacked in the darkness of night and gets injured. The news spreads like wildfire across the media, and every channel runs it as breaking news, labeling it as an attack on journalism. Haroon's friend and colleague Nabil reaches the hospital to visit him. There, he tries to convince Haroon not to play with danger and to tell the police the names of the attackers, but Haroon avoids the topic. Meanwhile, Haroon receives a phone call from an important government personality who wants to speak with him privately. After the conversation, Haroon's attitude suddenly changes. He tells Nabil to issue a press release stating that it was a deliberate assassination attempt, whereas earlier he had been calling it a simple mobile phone snatching incident. On the other side, when Haroon's brother Raza sees his wife sleeping peacefully in the morning, he becomes furious. He taunts her that his brother is in the hospital and she is sleeping comfortably here. He accuses her of telling his parents about the incident, despite him telling her not to. His wife replies that the entire media is full of the news, and there was no way she could have hidden it. Haroon's parents are also deeply worried about their son's condition. Haroon's parents visit him in the hospital, and his mother insists that once he recovers, he should come and stay with them at home, but Haroon prefers to stay at his own apartment. Meanwhile, Khushbakht arrives at the hospital on official duty from her department to visit Haroon. Haroon's attitude toward her is somewhat sarcastic and humorous, while Khushbakht speaks very seriously, staying strictly within the bounds of the law. She asks Haroon on what basis the FIR mentions a life-threatening attack. Haroon dodges the question and says he will come to her office later, but Khushbakht instructs him to go to the relevant police station and leaves. Khushbakht's cousin Saima and her husband Hasib invite Khushbakht to their home for dinner. There is a history of family bitterness between Hasib and Khushbakht's mother, which has created distance, and Khushbakht's mother does not approve of this interaction. However, Khushbakht and the younger generation have moved past those old issues. At Saima's house, a small gathering is arranged in Khushbakht's honor, where everyone enjoys jokes and laughter and has a good time. After being discharged from the hospital, Haroon meets Khushbakht again outside a medical store. He wants to thank her, but Khushbakht tells him that her visit was merely an official formality. Haroon requests her to go out for coffee and wants to apologize for the mistake in his previous show, but Khushbakht says she doesn't have time, leaves, and invites him to come to her office. Back home, Haroon has an interesting conversation with his father. His father advises him to get married and settle down in life. Haroon replies that marriage is a huge responsibility, and he does not want to get married due to social pressure or loneliness. He will only marry when he feels mentally prepared. Mentioning his parents' past life and their compromises, he says that compromise in marriage is fine, but he does not want to turn it into a mental burden or trauma. The next day, Haroon reaches his office where his team gathers around him and dramatically recounts the bravery stories of the attack on him. Haroon laughs at their words and says that everything sells in the media. At the same time, Khushbakht is personally supervising a campaign to remove illegal encroachments and banners in the city, where her senior officer instructs her to use her mind instead of being emotional. While searching for Khushbakht, Haroon reaches the same location where she is running the campaign. He is impressed by her anger and her working style. Teasing her playfully, he invites her to be a guest on his next TV show so that the police's point of view can be presented correctly to the public. Khushbakht tells him she will think about the offer and gets busy with her work. This part of the story ends here. The story is now heading toward a very interesting turn where professional distances will begin to turn into the colors of love, while some old family secrets and new troubles will create upheaval in the characters' lives. In the upcoming episode, the teasing and meetings between Haroon Malik and Lady Police Officer Khushbakht will become deeper. Haroon will continue his full efforts to bring Khushbakht on his show and will succeed in convincing her that successful and empowered women like her have the great ability to change society's thinking and become role models for other girls. Khushbakht, who until now considered Haroon only an unprofessional anchor, will agree to appear on his show and assure him that she will not disappoint him as a guest. However, along with this growing connection, warning bells of danger will also start ringing. Haroon will once again be warned that he needs to be extremely careful in the coming days because his enemies are still active. At the same time, Haroon will start feeling that someone is constantly following him, but he will try to face this fear with a smile. On the family front, a big storm is about to erupt. The bitterness between Razaib and his wife will reach its peak, and in the heat of anger, things will escalate to throwing her out of the house and even divorce. Some family members will start gossiping about the divorce or separation news, and a new wave of taunts and sarcasm will begin, making the family environment even more tense. With all these emotional and thrilling events, the story is ready to enter a new and dramatic phase.